Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you what I think is one of the best layouts for your ranch in Slime Rancher 2. So before we get started, a like is always appreciated, and consider subscribing down below. And let's get right into the video. So first off, we're going to start off in the conservatory here, the first area that you have access to. And in this area, I have 2 corrals, or 4 corrals, and 4 food plots. And in here, I try to keep all my money-making slimes that I use purely for money. And as you can see, it works pretty good. I have 48,000 new bucks here, and then I just have the food plots for each of the separate slimes. So I have the mint mangoes for the honey slimes here. I have the Q berries for the phosphor slimes over there, and then I have the pomegranates for the baddies, and then the sea hens for the angler slimes over there. And obviously these are all Largo slimes. So yeah. I also get a few questions or asking me how many slimes you should put in a corral. I personally put about like between 6 and 10 slimes in one corral. You don't want to have too many slimes, or else you won't have enough food to keep up on the slimes. And you don't want to have too few, because then you'll just have a surplus of food, which is not ideal. But yeah, that's this area. Now let's move on to the next area over here, this one right here. And in this area, I like to keep all of my fire slimes and puddle slimes, just because, I don't know, it just seems like a good area to put them. And right here is a puddle, or right here is a pond, and then right here is another pond, then 2 incinerators, and then 1 garden to put stuff in the incinerators. So yeah, you can put any food here that you want. It's not like a specific food that does best for incinerators, I don't think. But yeah, this is just what I had here before I rearranged my ranch, so I just kept it. And then also, I don't know if this is true for the fire slimes here, but for puddle slimes, you want to have 4 per pond. And the reason for that is that when you have 4 and under, you will get the slimes will make plorts 3 times a day. And if you have 5 and above in your pond, the slimes will make plorts 2 times a day. So if you want to have the maximum efficiency, you want to have 4 per pond. So I just assume that is going to be the same for for the fire slimes. I'm not sure, but I just keep 4 in each one, just in case it is. But yeah, that's this area. And now let's move on to this area down here. I personally don't use this area, just because it's so far away from the conservatory. And I know that there is market links and all that stuff, and like refinery links that I could put down here, but I don't have those yet. They're kind of expensive, and I just didn't feel like making any, so I just keep all of the stuff that I use for money by the conservatory, and all the stuff that I use for the refinery also by the conservatory. So maybe in the future I'll use this area, but for right now, that's just going to be extra space for when I need it. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, you should put your puddle slimes down here, and well, that's true. You can put your puddle slimes down here and it's free. You don't have to make the pond. This is also, again, just so far away, so if I want to collect plorts, then, well, I gotta go all the way back to the conservatory to sell them. And honestly, the ponds ain't that expensive, you know? It's like, I don't know, what, 350 for a pond? And let's be honest, you're not gonna have a ton of fire or puddle slime, so that's not that much money. And you don't even have to upgrade them. It's just 350, boom, done. That's all you need to do. So I guess if you're in the well, you're not gonna be buying this area actually if you're in the beginning of the game. So honestly, I just don't have much use of this area, so I don't use it. So yeah, let's move on to this area right here. So I'm gonna cut till when I get there. All right, now in this area, I just have some other slimes that I use for making money, and also some slimes that I use for just purely for the refinery. As you can see down here, I have some pink slimes just in case I need pink plorts, and then I have some cotton and tabby slimes right here just in case I need cotton or tabby plorts. And then right here, I have some boom plorts and hunter slimes, pretty much just for the refinery. I don't really like to farm boom plorts or the hunter plorts. So yeah, I just keep these just for the refinery in case I need hunter plorts or boom plorts. And then down here, I keep the briar hens for the boom slimes, and then I use the water lettuce for both of these corrals. The water lettuce is actually the I think it's Cotton Slime's favorite food, but I just use it for these guys because I got plenty of it. So yeah, that is this area. Purely just extra room for slimes, and just slimes that I use purely for the refinery, not really for making money. And then the final area is the den. Now, I know I don't use this area yet, just because I know a lot of people say like, oh, you should put your slimes that are sensitive to light in there, which you should, if you're in the beginning of the game and it's like and you can't afford the solar shields. But for me, I started farming the slimes that are sensitive to light, like the baddie slimes, the phosphor slimes, and the hunter slimes. I started farming those when I was later in the game and I had plenty of money to buy the solar shields. So I didn't really find much use for this area, and it's pretty much just going to be for extra room for when I need to store more stuff. So yeah, if I want to set up some silos or some like more coops, or if I want to store some more slimes, I'll probably put them in here. Although I do want to stress, if you are in the beginning of the game, you're just starting out, I would recommend buying this place first, just because you can store the slimes that are sensitive to light, like phosphor slimes, in here without having to buy the solar shield. But if you are later in the game and money is not too much of an issue for you, then honestly, I don't really find much use for this area, because solar shields are only 425 new bucks, I believe. But yeah, I'll probably make use of this area eventually if I need to store some more stuff, but for right now, I don't really need it. So, alright, so that is how I have my ranch laid out, and honestly, I think it's a really good layout because I have access to every single plort in the game, and I have plenty of room to expand, so that tells me I've done a pretty good job at laying my ranch out. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have any tips for me or anything any things that you think I should change, because at the end of the day, I don't know everything. I'm not the best player at this game. So if you have anything that you think I should change, then put them in the comments. And yeah, hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, then hey, drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So peace.